morning. Welcome back to Cold Waters. And today's Cold Waters is using the dot mod. I almost want to call it an expansion, but it is actually a mod. It's not available on the Steam Workshop. You have to find it somewhere else. But long and short are, it's considered to be the finest mod available for Cold Waters. And I dipped my toe into it. Had a thorough pasting by the game. And given that this is me, take it as it was pretty liberal pasting. Turn down the difficulty to even Numpty could do it level. Yeah, no. It's a challenge. Anyway, the long and short are, I'll document elsewhere my first Royal Navy campaign and the results from that. But meanwhile, just to get myself back in the swing of it, I started a US Navy campaign. Why am I yawning? We are, well, I don't know quite how we define where we're at in the campaign, but we're in the campaign and we've had some success. We've had some interesting decisions lead to some interesting results, but we've survived. I think we got hit by one torpedo, and I felt a bit unlucky to be hit by it, and felt very, very lucky to have survived that encounter. Anyway, we have a new mission. So I was given this mission yesterday, 18 hours ago, and intelligence has discerned a pattern of movements. Yeah, okay. So a small enemy force, including one or two of these ships, is expected to sail from Murmansk shortly to rendezvous in the western Barents Sea, in order to find and sink this group before it completes replenishment of enemy forces. Okay, may also get a chance at the submarines. So, in the dot mod version of Cold Waters, in the US campaign, when you start the campaign, yeah, there's a lot of Warsaw Pact Russian activity. This is my first resupply mission. I mean, how hard can it be? Anyway, long and short, our patrol area Blue 043, locate and sink the enemy replenishment vessels. If you have a chance at the submarines, go get them. Avoid the bad guys. And weapons free on designated targets. So if it moves and has a ski in the name, it's yours. You can have them. Yeah, it's a bit more nuanced than that, but let's go for it. What have we got first of all? Okay. I've actually got quite a decent number of mosses, which is good. I think I've got 4 left. And a total of 9 Mark 48. So I've had quite a successful patrol so far. I'm at half supply. Am I damaged? I'm undamaged. Oh, that's right. I got down to 1% damage. That's why I thought I was lucky. 43. Oh, I'm actually in 43, and that's probably the replenishment. Well, look at that. I completely forgot where I was then and where I was going. Okay, well, let's see what happens.
On sonar, new contact bearing
First,
05.
let's turn the game down a little bit. Right, so the interface.
Sonar, new contact bearing 063, designated Sierra 2.
It's going to be some talking.
Con sonar, new contact bearing 067, designated Sierra 3. Con sonar, new contact bearing 350, designated Sierra 4.
We done? Four contacts? Okay. The interface is a little bit changed from vanilla or stock Cold Waters. Wait 1 minute, I want to look at warships. And I'm not going to explain all of that right now, because I've got my hands full. I'm going to go ahead and identify what I can hear. In fact, let's get my towed array out. There's another change. You have to manually deploy your towed array. It's an Ugra.
Con sonar, new contact bearing 049, designated Sierra 5.
Sierra 3.
Con sonar, new contact bearing
Wow.
049, designated Sierra 6.
There's a lot going on here already.
Contact bearing 060, 0. Designated Sierra 7.
I'm going to drop my depth. I'm going to drop below that layer. The fact that the warship's pinging me and the Sierra 5, well, actually, there's a clue here. It's a warship. Depth to say 350.
Passing 100 feet. Make depth 3.
Keep
5,
identifying
0 feet,
this.
dive high.
What do we think this is? That's interesting. I could push F2 and take a look and see if it's actually something else, but maybe Sierra 5 isn't pinging me and it's actually something else. Or maybe Sierra 5 is a submarine. And it wouldn't surprise me, because you can encounter submarines. I don't think it's a Victor 2. Oh, it might be one of those. It might be a Sierra. I don't think it's quite a Sierra. I think it's a Charlie 1. I don't know quite what this is. Alright, let's go ahead and push F2. Ooh, it's a submerged contact. Okay. Could be a Charlie 2.
Con sonar Sierra 5.
I'm
is
going with a
classified
Charlie
as
2.
Submerged submarine.
There's Sierra 4. It's a surface ship. Okay. It feels like a bit of a cheat doing that. I'm not entirely... I don't... Yes, I struggle with the game, but sometimes I don't particularly want to deliberately give me that a little advantage. Now, that sounded like a trawler, but aggressively pinging me. Pinging everywhere, I suppose. I think it's a trawler, because there's a trawler
Con
that...
sonar Sierra 5 is classified as submerged submarine.
There we go.
Con sonar
Oh.
Sierra 4 is classified as merchant.
I got Sierra 5 wrong. Sierra 5 is indeed a Sierra class.
Dive at 3, 5, 0 feet. Dive high.
That's not good news. What is that? I reckon it's a communist.
Con
Okay.
sonar Sierra 7 is classified as
Alright.
merchant.
So now we know what these targets
Go
are.
left to 033.
So we've
Go
got one
high.
submarine. An Ugra. Oh, 2 Ugras. That's bad news. Ugras have got... I learned today in a comment, as I record this, that Ugras have helo, or 1 or 2 helicopters, so that's the bad news. And that's the other wheeze or cheat. Let's go to helo. And we have nothing. Okay. Nothing right now, which is good. Right, let's take a look at what the heck these are. So the Sierra, I think, is the modern, one of the most modern warships. So we have, USIT 80s are bad boys. Test 71s are not quite as bad, but pretty bad. Vodopads, it's bad news. That's very bad news. Yeah, that's not good. So what did it tell me? Latest and most advanced. Oh, great. Alright, well, that's bad news. So I could do with getting in his baffles. Let's change my course to be running east.
Come right to.
So in the past, I've tended to prefer a more frontal assault kind of approach, and there are some extra tools in this game that help me, I guess, appreciate and realize what on earth's going on with the submarine and with the various sensors. So, for instance, you see on the screen how the Los Angeles is showing 133 decibels. That's my sound output. If I'm below the layer, and the Sierra 5, the Sierra submarine, Sierra 5, is above the layer. Now, does it reckon he can hear? Let's see. He's not going to hear me right now. And I'm not quite in his baffles, but I'm getting that way.
Rig ship for ultra
I
quiet.
didn't even do ultra quiet. There we go. That made a difference. Okay, so here's my plan right now. I'm going to keep traveling east. Now, I think the Kotlin even, Kotlin. That's a destroyer. Okay, that's not what I thought it was. Yeah, alright. Not too big a threat, but set 65s aren't too big a deal. These guys are,
Con, helm, steady course.
wait, did I get that wrong? I did. Okay. Right. So, Ugras are my primary target. The Communist, is that? It's moving away from everything else. So there's this general cargo ship. Does that mean it's not? Okay. It may not be a target of mine, but these two Ugras are. So, they're my primary target. And I learned you don't get rewarded for taking out targets that are not your primary target. So I think Kotlin's not the primary target. The two Ugras are, and the Communist maybe. Now the Grisha 3 Test 71s. Okay, it's a ducky little vessel. What's it got? Small anti-submarine warfare frigate, feature heavy armament. Yep, okay, great. So, the Sierra probably should be a target because this guy's nasty. This guy will make a mess out of me. It's flickering. Oh, good grief! He's got 8 torpedo tubes on the front and a big shark mouth. Does he have anything on the back? No. Okay. So he has 8. He's twice the number of torpedo tubes than me, and he's diving. So he's going deep. And the thing is, he's going to be a threat because even if I don't take him out, his sensors are good. His performance is good. What's his speed? 35. So he's quicker than I am. He can dive to twice the depth. And he's very quiet. I think my decibel rating is supposed to be 115. So I'm barely quieter than he is. He's quite a big boy as well, 8,000 tons. Well, let's look at me. What am I? 7,000 tons, okay. 1,200 feet. Alright. 115. It was 115. Okay. Well, I'm getting distracted. So, yes, I think that the Sierra is a credible threat. The Kotlin, maybe. The Grisha, maybe. Not the same degree. So I want to get behind these guys. I could launch from here. As soon as I'm detected, these guys are going to book it somewhere else. Now, I would guess they're going to go north, which is away from me, and follow that Sierra 7 Communist. Can this Grisha 3 detect me? No. Nowhere close. So, they don't know where I am. They probably don't even have a suspicion where I am, and I don't think they have any aerial assets, which is good because that helps me a lot. I think I want to keep hacking, I'll keep tracking east, and I'll get behind these, basically into the baffles. The Grisha 3 taking a hard turn to port makes me think, what are they doing? 12 knots though, not going quickly. 8 knots. 9 knots, yeah, nothing too... And 6 knots. Okay, 6 knots is usable. What's the top speed? 17, right. 15 knots north. And take this... Well, I'm going to worry about this guy later, I think. Right now, I really want to get those two Ugras. So, let's accelerate time. And let's tell you about something else. So another change that this game has made, which I think 688 Attack Boat or Attack Submarine Simulator have, you must manually control your towed array. Towed array, I can show you a towed array. There's this enormous, great big cable that comes out the back of the Los Angeles. My screen's flickering like crazy, but the long and short are a whole bunch of microphones on there, extra sensitive. Why is the Kotlin picked up speed? Did you get a whiff? I mean, I am kind of side on. Biggest aspect ratio that they can get. But nothing active from the Sierra would detect me. But he's not using active. Grisha's just circling. Okay, oh, he's got pretty good active sensors though, but he's traveling slowly. That's why he's got good detection right now. Cotlin's probably going to do the same thing. I think I want to face north,
Come left 2.
drop my speed.
359. Helm I.
Drop my speed once I'm facing that way to 1 knot. 1 knot still means I can use my towed array.
Con, helm, steady course.
There we go.
Make turns for 1 knots.
So the-
Maneuvering I.
Towed array. You can use this at up to 20 knots, I believe. Now, I don't know about hard maneuvers.
1 knots.
You start to go to flank speed with the towed array deployed, you'll damage it, and that's bad. But you can retract it and get up to flank speed, or you can hunker along at 20 knots with it deployed. I am getting actually not a bad position for without having to do the whole run around the end. I'm not in this guy's baffles. He's got a towed array, so I probably won't be. Kotlin, I could be. But if I fire, this guy's going to pick me up. The Grisha 3, it's not going to detect me. Let's take off accelerate time. So, I could fire torpedoes at range, which is obviously a good thing. They're going to go 13,000 yards plus whatever these things are covering to be able to attack the 2 Ugras.
Make turns
Great.
for 5 knots. Maneuvering I.
I'd also send one towards the Kotlin and one towards the Sierra. So well, I've only got 3 torpedoes, so I'd fire off a Moss at the same time in the hope the Moss will distract everyone. Moss can probably go west. And then it will distract the submarine and the 2 escorts, leaving these guys hopefully exposed. I mean, it's a plan. I don't know whether it's a very good one. I'd be wanting to turn east, so I think I'm going to set that up now. Let's go ahead and turn east-northeast.
Come right 2. 068. Helm I.
Yeah, I can see how this might completely epically fail. Right, so Kotlin's got no visibility of me whatsoever. The Sierra has potential visibility. If he pings me, he's going to pick me up. Grisha 3, no chance. Do I bring any missiles with me? No. Or I may have done, but I've used them all. Okay. So all I got is 9 torpedoes, plenty of decoys, so I'd like to say there's no excuse for getting hit here, but it's not really the way decoys work. Let's accelerate time. I wonder if I'm in the Sierra's baffles. No, I mean, I don't think it's going to have them. It's got a towed array.
Con, helm, steady course.
It is really tempting. He's 12,000 yards away. We'll pick up that torpedo as it approaches him. But 2 Ugras are turning west now.
Come left 2. 340. Helm
And start to
I.
turn northwest-north. Okay, I think it's time to tack on. So, plan of attack then. I'm going to launch 2 torpedoes at the Ugras. One I'm going to assign 1 to each, and another torpedo I'm going to also assign towards the Sierra. But I'm going to launch all 3 torpedoes, pretty much heading to the interception point for the Ugras. And here's a neat trick that you've got. You click on a target, and this little blue symbol here shows you something to do where it'll be at some point in time. Not sure what that point of time is. You go ahead to fire a torpedo, so spacebar, and it shows you the
Con, helm, steady course.
interception point of where it's going to be. So I can retract this a little bit, and this does a calculation you're supposed to do in your head. Well, it's just easier if, you know, easier if it does it for me, but it's just giving me an idea. Do I want to run deeper? No, I don't think I do. 350 feet, I'm below the layer. It's weak, it's not going to make much difference. Okay, let's just go ahead and do it. So, here's the intersection point for Sierra 2, so I'll launch this about here. So the procedure will be fire this torpedo,
Shoot tube 1. Aye, sir.
fire the Moss more or less west,
Shoot tube 2. Aye,
and
sir.
the next torpedo, tube 3. We're gonna go ahead and fire. Oh, he's already picked up speed. Look at that, 14 knots. Fire that there.
Tube 3.
And
Aye,
tube
sir.
4, we're gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna fire it, yeah, over here.
Shoot tube 4.
And
Aye,
now
sir.
we're gonna head east.
Come right to 090. Helm aye.
Let's go ahead and reload tube 2. I know I'm in ultra silent mode, but I might want that Moss. Right. So, plan of attack then. We've got a Moss heading more or less west. Tube number 1 is not going to necessarily intercept. Might do actually. So the trap is being set. It's going to play out pretty slowly right now. But all heck's going to break loose when they detect what on earth's going on. So I think I want to bump up my speed to maybe 10 knots. Just to help me turn the corner.
Turns for 10 knots.
Yeah, I said.
Maneuvering aye.
And if I need to...
Non-maneuvering. Making turns for 10 knots.
Alright, I may have just nerfed my detection. That might have been a bad idea. If I need to retract the... If I think I'm going to come under attack, I've got to retract the towed array, otherwise I'm going to lose it.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 4, bearing 193.
That's turned me more or less to where I want to be. Moss is,
Torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
Moss is loaded back
Rig
to
shift for ultra quiet.
ultra quiet. So just increasing the speed just helps me, seemingly helps me turn the corner. Yes, I did increase my noise, and I, worse, lost a few contacts in the process. I'm hopeful
Con helm steady course.
I'll get those back, because I may need to. Let's go ahead and mark where the Sierra 1 was. I marked the Grisha 3, and for what it's worth, we'll mark Sierra 7. I don't know whether I'm going to chase down Sierra 7, but we may do. May have just caught Sierra 7 resupplying these guys. Okay. So, number 1, torpedo number 1 is still hacking up that way. Number 2 is the same. Number 3, we've got number 3 heading a little bit more west. My intention there is once I'm detected, we might point number 3 towards the Sierra submarine. I could do with taking him out, and he's definitely going to be a threat. Time for a sip of coffee. Right. Feels dangerous, but I'm going to use some accelerate time here. It'll keep me out with accelerate time if something kicks off. Saves this video being even longer. So why is Sierra 2 slowing down? 6 knots again. Okay. Kotlin has done up to 25 knots, so he may have a whiff of something going on. Let's see if we can take a look. And he's turning. I thought he was turning, but he's not now. So maybe he's not turning. What's this Ugra doing? Not much. Is that really an Ugra? It's like a helipad on the back. They have helipads? Okay. It doesn't really tell me that much about it, but it's not moving very quickly at all. Oh, it's still moving, okay. thing is armed. It may have described it as rudimentary, but I wouldn't want to rudimentary awakening by these bad guys. And of course there's his buddy right behind him. Alright, well the Kotlin doesn't seem to have an idea of what... Whoa. What, was that behind me? No, I don't think it was. Okay. Alright. Can relax. There's the toad arrow behind me. It's not flickering now on my display. Okay, so Ugra, it's definitely slowed down. I don't need to have these torpedoes be quite so go so far north before they activate, because that's going to be bad. We'll miss the target. Now, reconnaissance by torpedo is another idea. I could send the torpedo in Tube 1 basically towards the Sierra or the Kotlin. I think I will. So the peril of doing this is it's going to get detected, but this guy's accelerated and moving away anyway, so I don't think he's being a very good escort. I don't need 2 torpedoes to tackle these 2 ships. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I don't need different kind of ping. Was that a good...
Sonar regained contact on Sierra
That
5, bearing
was
3,
bad
2,
news.
1.
Okay, so the game is up. I'm going to retract my toad arrow. I don't like the sound of this. Let's put torpedo 1 to active. I don't know where this guy is. Maybe he's still where he is right now, but this game's pretty much up. For what it's worth, we'll
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
give yourself an ultra quiet mode. Yeah, they've got a pretty good idea where I am as well. I think the Sierra will have a clue. He's down deep. Oh, he's not facing me. Let's turn off the top.
Sonar regained contact on Sierra 6, bearing 3, 4, 6.
Interesting. I'm gonna get my toad arrow back out. I know. Go ahead. 4 is gonna go towards this Ugra. There. 3 can go towards the southern one, and you're still pretty much where you need to be. And I could activate you now. Right. We'll go ahead and activate this one. So this is gonna track hopefully this target here, and once it's taken care of, I can guide torpedo tube 4's torpedo in to tackle. I think the Sierra is booking it. Yeah, he's he remembered he left something at home turned on, so
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
I'm not going to worry about that so much. So now torpedo 1 is going to tackle the Kotlin. Okay, I can get rid of this. Okay. So far, this is interesting. I thought the Sierra would turn around and go for me, but he's not. He is fully off. So, great. Torpedo Tube 3 is going to tackle this Ugra. He is a sitting duck, pretty much. I don't think he even knows what's up. But there's a torpedo coming right at you, buddy. Sorry. Casualty of war. Well, no, I'm not sorry. You're a submarine replenishment ship. You know what the game's up. This guy's booked it. This Grisha 3 is probably gonna turn around, and I'm hoping that the Kotlin's gonna turn around too, because then this torpedo is gonna have him. This is kind of working so far. I think I've been lucky though. Anyway, time for another sip of coffee. Let's switch the torpedo cam for torpedo in tube number 3. Yep, It seems pretty set at what's going to happen here. Ugra's picked up speed, but I think it's too little too late. See how the red here shows the projected interception point? He's right at it. And see how it gets closer as you hit it, and then boom.
Con sonar lost contact.
Right, number one is down.
3, last bearing 3, 4,
Let's reload that
5.
too.
Contact breaking up.
We now know exactly where the Sierra is. This guy's yeah, he's done for. Okay. And what's this guy doing? Yeah, he's still going for it. Now, this torpedo here, I need to activate it when it will not pick up Sierra 3, because that would be very bad. And actually, this torpedo's got a chance of catching either of these victims. Sorry, targets. They're not victims yet. Grisha's turning around as I thought he would. Okay. Lynn is making a break for it. I'm going to tackle this thing heading more northwest. I might take out the Sierra if I'm able to. And then this guy is going to activate you. Yep.
Weapon acquired.
So you need to get to the surface.
Torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
Like so. And Sierra 2 is about to eat it. Now, do I really want to launch another torpedo? I don't think I do right now. There's no credit for getting the other ships. You still get your credit is all based on your primary target, which I believe are these replenishment ships. Sierra 2 is considered a secondary target, so sorry, Sierra 5 even. So yeah, I should probably think about tackling Sierra 5. I can't easily catch him, because when I activate this thing, again.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 3, 4, 0. Contact
I
breaking
don't
up.
know what this submarine mode does, but it would imply it goes for a deep diving submarine target. And this is my deep diving submarine buddy. He would be such a prize. And if I don't get him now, someone else is going to get him. See if the Grisha's still got no idea where I am. Cotlin's got no idea where I am. Sierra's got no idea where I am. I think the Sierra's pinging me, or trying to ping me. Alright, I'm going to turn away.
Come right to 144 Helm I.
I'm so tempted to go for this Sierra submarine.
Con, torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
What's your distance, lad? You're 4,000 yards, so you'll soon be detectable, but am I going to have the legs? I don't think I am. I don't think it's got the range to go for it, but it's probably got the range to maybe tackle this Grisha. Well, that's an idea. Okay, this Grisha's becoming a threat, or more of a threat, because he's coming towards me. So let's use this torpedo to tackle the Grisha 3. He's threatening me. The Kotlin's decided something else. So we chased off the enemy submarine, great. And now this Grisha 3. I don't know, are there any air assets yet? No, still no air assets. So they've not really... Such a small little boat, ship. Do I really want to take care of it? Not even 1,000 tons. Oh, yeah. I do. Look at these guys. What they are? Those are depth charges. They're nasty, that's what they are.
On helm, steady course.
Yeah, I'm going to take care of it. So he's got torpedoes, which test 71s, and he's got RBUs. Not sure what RBU stands for. just, yeah, it doesn't say. Okay. But, wow. It's also part submarine. Let's go back to here, I think. Nice and quiet in the deep. Right. So, this torpedo, I need to actually move him. Move the torpedo to track it further east. East, southeast, I suppose. To intercept this Grisha 3. But right now, it would appear I'm gotten away with this sneaky interception on these two Ogres. There's been very little resistance, and they've no idea really where I am. Now this Grisha is going to think I'm to the west. This Moss may not have had served any purpose whatsoever, but we'll never know. But I'm happy I didn't get attacked. I'm going to accelerate time. I'm going to put myself in ultra quiet mode, and then we'll accelerate time. Okay, quick check on this Ogre. Is it at the bottom of the ocean yet? Yes, it is. Okay, that's good. The reason why I do that is I know that this torpedo is not going to try and tackle that target because it's not floating.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 5. Last bearing 3 1.
Oh, he's
contact faded.
turning around, but okay. And oddly enough, the Grisha 3's decided, oh, you know what, I left my iron on at home, or maybe it was the kettle, but something. Let's make this torpedo active.
Fire control.
Hello.
Weapon acquired.
Surprise! Manually turn it back towards it and reduce the depth. There we go. Let you go, and you are not gonna intercept. You're just gonna be on a direct course for the target, which is a shame. Oh, he's turning back towards me.
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 3.
Big
4,
angular dangle
7.
there. Right, I'm happy to guide this thing manually using this little interception marker. So that's where the torpedo needs to be. And I'll guide you back towards here.
Con, fire control. Weapon acquired.
I'm manually holding the reduced depth here just to avoid it from charging directly at the target. What I'm doing here is I'm trying to cut the circle. I've got 6 minutes, which is fine, but let it go now. Yes, so I let it go. It basically tracks direct onto the target. It doesn't lead it, which I'd like it to do. Now, this green symbol down here next to active sonar has just gone red, but this green symbol there, that meant that I can disengage. Okay, interesting. I've lost a good sonar on it.
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 3
It's
4
a shame.
9.
I don't, unfortunately, see where it is.
Fire control. Weapon acquired.
Oh, he's got him. He's acquired him. Is he going to tackle him?
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 6.
Answers that
Last
then.
bearing 3 4 9. Contact
Right.
breaking up.
So I'm not able to disengage, which is I can now. Right, I'm going to go. I've had enough of this battle. I've accomplished what I want to do. So let's leave combat. So Victor 3 was undetected. That's interesting. I guess maybe got close to me. I got a Grisha, the 2 Ogres, and the Communist wasn't even on the list. So that's good. This, I hope, is my primary target. Let's see. Okay, great. Right. I also forgot that the US Navy doesn't have the same prestige points that the Royal Navy does, so, oh well. I could have killed everything, it didn't matter so much. Let's see, NATO naval push. Several NATO naval groups have recently been operating unopposed. A Pentagon spokesman reveals the enemy's ability to efficiently operate around Iceland had been drastically diminished for reasons that remain, and please imagine me doing Dr. Evil, air quote, classified. Okay, and Congress wants some more troops and armor to go across to Western Europe, alright. So that was a successful mission. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here right now. It's nice that I had a successful mission. I don't want to push it too much. So hope that you enjoyed this today. I think they let me off easy, or maybe I'm just better suited to skulking around in a sneaky submarine. Thanks ever so much for hanging out with me and watching it, and I hope you enjoyed it, and you know what to do if you have. And if you didn't like it, you also know what to do. But yeah, come along, subscribe, let's learn how this game works together, because .mod has some mean little tricks that help you and also help the enemy and hinder you. Thanks so much everyone, take it easy. Goodbye.